Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Flo, how you doing? Mad Flo.
That's it. There you go. You got it right. Mad Flo is in the house. How you doing today? Hello.
I'm doing great.
Everybody. You're looking great too.
Well,
and
thank you.
We got on stripes. We think alike.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Great. That's what they say about great minds.
Great minds think alike. Hey, everyone that's out there, welcome to your show. This is Financial Sense, a podcast of all things relevant media. And we're so excited to be here today because of the fact that we're bringing you very good information. I'm pretty sure you're going to need, you're going to want, and please, any questions you have, please come forward with your questions, or if you have any comments that you want to comment in the comment section. It's live every Friday, 1 p.m. And we also it's live on Facebook, but guess what? We're also on YouTube. So we're getting information out there, and it's called Financial Sins. It's called Financial Sins for a reason, because we're all doing something sinful with our money that we need to be doing rightfully with our money. So we're going to teach you the right way to use it. But we have a great guest today, but we're not going to get into that guest thing yet. What I want to do is introduce my partner. We got Anthony Murray work with us today. Our host on the show every Friday with us. Now we're missing another person, which is Tanya. Tanya Scott. Yeah. Go ahead and cry those tears. Well, I'm broadcasting from Ohio. Went to Massachusetts, flew to Massachusetts Tuesday, drove to Ohio on Thursday, and unfortunately, I'm here for a funeral. My nephew passed away, and this is the sad part. We always get together when there's death in the family, and that needs to change. And another thing needs to change is we make sure that we have everything in place when we leave this earth. And that's part of, of living. Make sure everything's in place. Make sure you got your insurance in place. Make sure
Yeah.
you don't leave your family destitute. So that's what we do, and that's what we're here for. Now, let me let you know a little bit more about me. This is Mad Flow. I'm not crazy. Although Anthony always look at that look. When I said that, y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that look on him, right? I
Hey, you
got
weren't supposed to notice that.
I got a witness. Everybody out there saw that
All
look on
right.
your face.
All
I
right.
said, I'm not crazy. No, I am not crazy. I'm just making a difference for life and others. That's what Mad Flow stands for. And that's basically what Anthony does as well. He's just as mad as I am because he loves, helping people just as much as I do.
I
Um,
love helping people.
and I love this show. And what I do this on a full-time basis. I am a financial educator. I love teaching people what they need to know. And if you're need information, myself and Anthony, we're here to give it to you. I work with a company. Well, actually, I don't work for this company. Actually, I work for myself. And I like the fact that I work for myself because I can set my own hours, which I do. Set a little time aside for this show right here every Friday. But it's called World Financial Group. But within World Financial Group, there's a division called World System Builder. And World System Builder is one of the biggest divisions within World Financial Group. Now, World Financial Group is a company owned by Transamerica, and that's one of the companies that's been around for over 100 years. And Anthony's going to tell you more about that as well. We're also owned by a big company called Aon. So we've been here for a while, and guess what? We're not going to go anywhere. But I love what I do, and when you love what you do, it's not work anymore. It's just joy, it's just pleasure. But I'm going to turn it over to Anthony again. We're going to shed a tear for Tanya because we're going to miss Tanya. But Anthony, go ahead and take it over and tell them about you.
All right. Hey, listen, what a great introduction from Mad Flo. Her name is actually Florence. I used to always call her Flo, right? But she's so
Mhm.
insistent on me calling her Mad Flo. Mad. And she's not mad. The Flo is out there really helping people. And if you call that mad, then there's a lot of us that's really mad. We're mad about helping people. We love
Mhm.
that. My name is Anthony Murray, and I am a financial literacy educator. What do I do? I help people with their money. You have any money? I help people with their money. All right. And with that, we provide financial literacy workshops. Our organization does. We're part of the same organization. Financial literacy workshops free of charge. All right. Make sure you get that in there. Free. Capital F, capital R, capital double E. Free of charge, online, 7 days a week. 7 days a week. So this is extremely important. You want to jump in on these workshops. I know last week someone asked us about the Low Country, South Carolina. Yes, we are active in South Carolina. Both of us are licensed in South Carolina. I'm licensed in 7 states, and will soon be licensed in pretty much every state in the United States. Why? Because my objective is to help people. I'm also a pastor, right? So I love helping people. I really do. I love helping people. Um, so that's pretty much it. My background is in the financial field. I my college education was in insurance, and from there, I went with a company called Mutual of Omaha, another company called Edward Jones, and now I'm here with World System Builder, which is part of World Financial Group. And as Flo was saying, World Financial Group's been around for a while, and we're part of the Transamerica. We are a Transamerica company. All right, Transamerica has been around for 115 years. That's a long time. Anybody out there that old? All right, there I know. I
You
know.
are, aren't you, Anthony? Aren't you that old?
I would. Hey, look. If I was that old looking this good, I would know what to do with myself. um, so there's very strong backing. We are actually insurance brokers, which means we have 100+ companies. And when we say we have a lot of companies, we have a platform. So all these companies provide different features or solutions. We have a company that offers someone, if they're trying to prepare for college, a college preparatory program. We have that. We have a company that offers wills and trusts. We have a company that, so I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on, and it just keeps going on. So we could specialize. We are like the Costco or Sam's Club in the insurance industry. Okay. And as Flo said, we all have had some type of financial said. We've misused our money, we've abused it. You know, we have money coming in and it seems like that we got holes in our pocket. As soon as we get it, it's gone. We spend more than what we make. You know, I stopped doing that stuff. I don't know about y'all, but I stopped doing it. Man, I was looking at my account this morning and I was like, thank you, Jesus. It's not negative. It's growing and growing and growing and growing. So we thank God for that. But we have a very special program. And Flo is we're going to bring our guests on. We're going to bring them on. And then Matt Flo's going to introduce our guests to you. Now, if you know somebody that's in their late 50s, early 60s, or in their mid 60s, they need this program today. They need it. They need it. All right. They need it. All right. This is extremely important, extremely valuable. Flo, let's bring your guests on.
Hey, we're waiting for Patricia Mitchell. Let's see if she's out there, guys. 5 minutes. There she is.
You should have said 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Like you're hot flashing. You're too young to be hot flashing.
No, I have been out there working at a food bank.
Okay. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Let me do a quick little introduction to you, to everyone out there, so everyone can get to know Patricia A. Mitchell and what she does and how she's going to give you great beneficial information today. Patricia A. Mitchell, welcome.
Thank you.
And her magical team take the guesswork out of Medicare insurance for you. So you don't have to guess about it anymore. Magically, she's going to have those answers for you. Patricia is the principal owner of Magic Insurance Agency. Magic is an acronym for Mitchell's Advisory Group Insurance Consultants. Patricia has been married to her business partner, Greg, for 27 years, and they have 6 children. Magic is an independent insurance agency contracted with multiple insurance companies to assess your needs and guide you in choosing the right plan that fits your needs and budget. So welcome, Patricia, on board. Your specialty out here is at Medicare. I'm telling you, we got people out there that need the information. Me, for one. I'm 62 years of age, and I'm getting all this information in my mail every day. I'm getting something about Medicare, Medicaid supplements. So I'm always getting information. So I know there's thousands and thousands and thousands of other people turning 62 or older, and they get the same information lost just like I am with all this stuff right here. So enlighten us. Tell us a little bit more about you and what you do.
Hello, everyone out there in the podcast world. Thank you for having me. Can you see Miss Flo? You went out, and
that's right. She'll be right back.
Oh, okay. I am grateful for this opportunity to be on the podcast with you all. Again, my name is Patricia Mitchell. I'm the principal of Magic Insurance Agency, and Magic was born out of a need to help people navigate their way through insurance world. Our primary line of insurance is Medicare insurance. I got into that because my grandmother passed away. There's an article in the Pooler magazine and Effingham magazine that tells my story, how I got started. My grandmother passed away, didn't know anything about Medicare, Medicaid, but we got a huge $39,000 bill from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS. And CMS says, pay this, the estate of Otherdine Pickett, we need you to pay this money. And I'm like, Grandma didn't own a house till she was 65 and she died at 86. So I wasn't about to sell. My mother was the oldest of 12, and I'm the youngest of the bunch of my mother's children. And so I don't know about your family, but the youngest one is usually the one to take on the brunt of making sure everything gets done right. And so I took it and met this gentleman, Mr. Terry Clark, and he took me under his wings and showed me what to do. And we got rid of that $39,000 bill, and then we were licensed and contracted before we knew it. I was working on my doctorate degree, flying back and forth to Boston when the insurance business fell in my lap. I am a retired teacher of 27 years also in the Savannah Chatham County school system, and I retired in 2017. So part of my 14 years as an insurance broker, I part of those years I was a full-time teacher, and I was blown away by the response that we get through people. And so we just decided one of us had to retire. So I raised my hand and beat my husband to the punch and said it'll be me first. So I retired, and we went full time with our agency, contracting with many carriers so that we can offer people not just one product, because one product doesn't fit all. And so when you get these mailers in the mail, these people you've never met, never talked to, and you hang up on them, I hang up on them. And so we do many
You hang
events.
up on them.
I hang up on them too. I hang up on them too. But look, I don't do cold calling. So we I don't do cold calling. Cold calling is not my forte. It's some people forte. They like fishing like that. But I like wetting my own hook in the water. So I'm out doing like today. I'm at a food bank today, and meeting hundreds of people, nice people that will be able to help, hopefully. And so Medicare is for people 65 and over who have aged into Medicare. But just because you're 65 doesn't mean you get Medicare. If if you have worked 10 years, 10, I'm trying to put two hands on the screen, 10 years or 40 quarter hours, then you've paid into Social Security, then you are will be eligible for Medicare. Now, if you've not worked 10 years, 40 quarter hours, then you may get one part of Medicare, but you may not be eligible for both parts. So Medicare is a package. There's a part A, hospital, there's a part B, medical. So part A, hospital, is some people think they get the full hospital coverage, everything is paid for, but Medicare has deductibles, and Medicare has um, co-insurances. So
All
after
right.
you meet the deductibles of Medicare, then you have to deal with a 20% balance bill of original Medicare.
All right.
So the Medicare Part A deductible is over $1,400. Medicare Part B deductible is about $203 now, $208. So after you pay those deductibles, then Medicare comes in and pays 80% of the bill. But Medicare is not free. So we can't use that word as agents, right? We can't use the word free. But Medicare has a cost. Medicare costs $148.50. But there are ways to
That's
get
per
the
month or per year
that's
or per
that's
week?
per month.
Per month. Okay.
148.50 a month. 148.50 a month. And generally that 148 is taken out of your social security check.
Security.
But if you're like some people, they're still working at 65. So they are delaying getting their social security benefits until they retire or until they reach their full
Retirement
they
age.
reach their full retirement age. So at that point, they're not getting Social Security benefits. So Medicare is going to charge them quarterly, every 3 months, for the Medicare. So you do the math: 148.50 times three, and a lot of people can't afford that. But if you call Medicare, they'll set you up on you get it directly drawn from your bank account.
So
So
when is
that
excuse me, when does this happen? I'm lost there. That if you decide not to take Medicare at 65, but you want to wait until, and what age is full Medicare? What age is full benefits?
so full Medicare is 65, but
Okay.
you can be 16 years old or older and qualify for Medicare based upon a disability. And so at that point, if you're a minor and you're disabled, that means, you may have gotten hurt, or most people have a birth defect since birth. And so those children can receive their Social Security benefits and their Medicare benefits from their parents. So if they have been disabled for 24 months, 2 years, then they can apply for their Medicare. But their parents have to have worked 10 years of 40 quarter hours. And I tell you, in the last 72 hours, I've talked with at least three people who the parents have not worked and the child is disabled, and the
Wow.
child can't get Medicare, the parents can't get Medicare. And so there's a difference between the SSI and the SSDI, and that's a whole nother story. But
We have another
that's a
topic in
whole nother story about Social Security. But so people could qualify for Medicare. They don't have to be 65, 16 years old or older based upon a disability. Now, if you are on dialysis, if you're younger than 65 and you begin dialysis, you can get Medicare in 4 months. You can get Medicare in 4 months because of the dialysis. And then there are other illnesses like Lou Gehrig's disease or ALS where you can get Medicare immediately. But every other illness, cancer, diabetes, heart attack, whatever, you still have to wait that 24-month period.
All
And
right. So I
so,
have a question for you.
I have a
yes.
question too. Go ahead, Anthony.
All right. Let's go back. Let's go back to where your mom passed and there was a big bill and you were mentored by this gentleman and he helped you to take care of that bill. He showed you what to do. When you say take care of that bill, what do you mean?
See, Tanya will tell me I talk too much, so I try to keep moving right and not dive deep into that because my grandmother was near and dear to my heart. But when she passed away, that $39,000 bill came because she had Medicaid before she got, oh,
Medic.
she had Medicaid and Medicare. But there are different types of Medicaid, and most people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
There are different types of Medicaid. So when she became ill, my uncle came to get her and took her back to Atlanta. And when he took her to Atlanta, he himself was ill. We didn't know it. The family didn't know it, but he couldn't take care of her. So he took it upon himself to put her in the nursing home. And that was the
Ah,
problem.
that's
When he
where the
put
bill came in.
her in the nursing home, you signed over her Social Security check, which was like 600 and some odd dollars. So she was below the poverty level, her income, because my grandmother and grandfather were sharecroppers. And so, if you, like me, work in the rural areas, there are a lot of people that they can't even get Medicare, they can't even get Social Security benefits because they've been field workers. And so they've
Mhm.
never had, or they've been paid under the table to watch people's children. So waitresses, and believe it or not, Pastor
Barbershop.
Murray, pastors, waitresses, pastors are the worst at
Mm-hmm.
not understanding how to make sure you pay enough into Social Security. You wouldn't believe the number of pastors that are on Medicaid.
Mm-hmm. Because they weren't able to get Social Security. I mean,
I have so
Medicare.
many pastors that are on not
All
So
right.
to eliminate that,
Patricia,
they
you're
will
frozen.
actually
All right.
contribute to their. They can contribute quarterly to Medicare if they're
No, they can
receiving
contribute quarterly to Social
Social
Security. So
Security.
Social
Right.
Social
Security.
Security.
So go back to grandma, and then we'll come back to that. Make sure I come back to that. But
All right.
with grandmother, that $39,000 bill came because that Medicaid she had when she was in the nursing home, there's a there's what's called the Medicaid Recovery Act.
Yep.
Medicaid Recovery Act. And what that act says is, if you still have a house, you still have a car, you still have a bank account in
Asset.
your name at the time you're getting that Medicaid that you get when you get in a nursing home, then Medicare or the state can look back into your finances and say, hey, when you've been in a nursing home for 4 years, so 5 years is the max. So now we can get our money back from what we paid. Medicaid and get their money back from the sale of your house. Well, you say, my daughter still, if someone passes away, my aunt was still living in the house. But then she moved out. So they said, okay, you got to sell it and give us what it's worth. So the gentleman that I met said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get that house appraised. If it appraises under $25,000, then you're going to get a lawyer, pay the lawyer $1,000, get the appraisal certified. I paid the appraiser $450. I got the lawyer. He mailed and certified the appraisal. They took pictures and everything of mom's house, and it appraised under $25,000. So what Mr. Clark said was, if that property appraises under $25,000, then Medicaid or Medicare, CMS, may write you back and say, hey, you don't owe us anything, because they don't want to take on that liability or that debt of, because the house was not in the best shape. So they wrote
Mhm.
us back a check. I mean, wrote us back a letter about 2 weeks later saying, thank you, you don't owe us anything. And a lot of people don't understand the different types of Medicaid. So that type of nursing home Medicaid is different from the Medicare adult Medicaid. So if grandma would have had the what's called the ABD or Medicare Savings Medicaid, it's a total different other Medicaid for older adults or disabled adults or children over
Okay.
16. And that Medicaid, they don't look at your house, they don't look at your car, they don't look at your life insurance, even though you have to put it on the application. But they don't count certain assets like the other Medicaid does. And so the
Mhm.
Medicare Savings Program, when people go to the defects office and they say, I want to get a Medicaid application. And what happens is, if you don't tell them when you go to the Medicaid office that you have Medicare, they're going to give you the women and children Medicaid,
Mm.
right? They're going to give you the regular Medicaid, and you're going to get denied.
Oh.
Even if your income is $500 a month, you're still going to get denied because you're not pregnant and you don't have children, small children. So you're going to get denied. So if you go to the, and this just happened to me yesterday, I told a client to make sure she asked for the Medicare savings application when she went to the DFACS office in Valdosta. Well, she said a lady came out to help her and told her this is what she need. I said, take a picture of it. And they gave her the women and children Medicaid. I
Wow.
said, no, you have the wrong form. You're going to get denied. Right?
And what was the
So
name
she
of the
had to
form
go
that she
back
needed
and get the
again?
Medicare savings application. So
Medicare.
Medicare savings application.
it's called the
Okay.
Medicare savings application. Medicare savings
Wow.
program. And under that Medicare savings program, there's a tier of Medicaid levels. So you got um, FDBE, which you get from Social Security. Some people get Medicaid through Social Security, but then you have QMB, you have SLMB, you have QI, and you have QWDI. So there are four levels. So the highest level of the Medicare Savings Program, where you get 100% of everything paid, is called QMB. Now QDWI is for disabled working Americans. Okay, disabled working individuals. That's what that stands for. So those income amounts, if your income is under $1,084 a month, no, it's gone up. It's 1,098 now, I believe. If your income is under 1,098 and you have Medicare, you need to call me so that myself or my team can help you fill out that Medicaid, because we can go online and help you fill it out. So since the pandemic, and I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast, stop me. I'm trying to get everything in. But since the pandemic, um, the Social Security office is closed, the Medicaid office is closed. So
Uh-huh.
now people are clamoring for help, and they are cooped up in their senior apartments, senior high rises, and they don't have anybody to talk to. So they're at the mercy of the TV,
Wow.
and they're at the mercy of the telemarketers calling them, putting them in stuff that they don't even need, selling them supplements when
Mm.
they can't afford it. And the crazy thing is, they're saying call now, we can help you save money, but then you put them in a plan with higher copays when they should be in a dual Medicare Medicaid plan. And so we're finding that everywhere we go, that people listening to those people on the phone and calling that Joe Namath commercial trying to get some help. And so we we have a mobile insurance agency. And so right before the pandemic, we were about I was about to buy an RV and start a mobile insurance where people hop on the bus and we can take care of their needs. But pandemic happened. Glad I didn't buy it. But I went back to the drawing board and I said, Lord, what would you have me to do? And I was talking with my team, and uh, we came up with a food truck. It was like food truck, and I was like, let me call these people with a trailer. And I had this vision of 3 windows drive through, so people don't have to get out their car. They can keep their COVID. They can uh, keep their temperatures in their car the way they want, and we're not gonna share anything but information, not germs, not sickness, none of that. So people drive up to our mobile. You can go to our Facebook page, Magic Insurance Agency, or you can go to our website, magicinsurance.net, and you'll see our mobile on there. It's the only one in the nation. We are
Patricia,
innovative.
Patricia, what is
Yes,
your phone number for people to call you?
912 667 3949. 912-667-3949. And I also have another line, 912-704-3011.
All right, hold on one moment.
704
Give that
3011.
second one again. 912.
912
Mm-hmm.
704 3011. And we're available to answer questions. I know I was talking fast. I don't know if my time is up, but there's so much more to Medicare, and we do seminars as well. So everything is opening back up. I'm starting to get back into my senior citizen centers and uh, get back to teaching people. That's what I'm used to doing. That's what I love doing. So big part of our team is making sure everybody's educated and knowing how to help our consumers that are disabled and elderly, and helping our consumers understand what they're eligible for, because there's so many people out there telling them misnomers, telling them things that aren't true. And here's
Mm-hmm.
the biggest one: oh, I get TRICARE, I don't need nothing else. I get the VA, I don't need nothing else. But TRICARE and veterans, they qualify for a plan that $148.50. They qualify for a plan that gives them $50 reduction on the Part B premium.
That's
Really?
$600 a year, you get
did you say
everything you need.
repeat that again, please?
Yeah, TRICARE, veterans, anybody with military coverage, or anybody who has a Part D plan, doesn't need a Part D, there's a plan that reduces their premium by $50. And there's another one that reduces it by $30.
All
There's
right, I need
another
to
one.
talk to you.
Yeah.
I already
So
know I need to talk to you.
there are many options, but like I said, we became brokers. We used to be captive. Captive meaning work with one company.
Hmm.
But one plan didn't fit everyone. And so, as Mr. Clark used to say, we didn't want to leave any money on the table. And so that's what we were doing. We were walking away, not being able to help people. And so we became brokers. And so we worked with Humana, Cigna, Aetna, Blue Cross, United Healthcare, WellCare, Mutual of Omaha. We work with many more of those carriers. So there's not one plan that you've scrolled through there on, and we take you to Medicare.gov so you can see everything that's there. We have nothing to hide. You have everything to gain by calling us and letting us help you with your choices, because we let you see everything that's on there, and you pick the one that best fits your needs, not what fits my needs, your needs. And
All right,
we
now
work.
let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you said that you guys conduct seminars.
That's correct.
All right, now how do you conduct your seminars? Online, in person, or are you doing a combination of the two?
Combination of the two. Like I have a partnership with a diabetes association, and I have a partnership with a low income dental clinic. And so I do Zoom meetings with them. And prior to the pandemic, I would go and meet with them and sit in their offices and teach their staff. You'd be surprised how many people work in a doctor's office that don't know about the Medicare choices. All they know is
Sure.
supplement. You need a supplement. And so somebody making under $1,084 a month, they can't afford a supplement, but they can get a plan that acts like a supplement if they have Medicaid. They can get, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of dental. They get eyeglass coverage. They get over the counter coverage where, they go usually to Walmart, Walgreens, whatever, CVS, and buy the vitamins. They get them in their plan at no cost. They
All
get a
right, but
certain allotment.
With Medicaid, you cannot be a homeowner, correct?
That's not correct.
All
Mm-mm.
right.
That's
School us on
absolutely
that,
not
because the
correct.
misnomer on that is that if you're on Medicaid, you only could own so much an asset. Well, you could be a homeowner depending on, right? Or well, how does that work? Explain that to us.
So remember, I said with Medicare, it doesn't, with the acute Medicare savings program, it
Right?
does not count your home you live in. So if you've
Okay.
worked all your life and you pay for your home, that's your home. They don't count that. Now, if you get certain types of other Medicaid, like the nursing home Medicaid, then that does count the house as resources, but it doesn't deny you. So you could be a millionaire and go in the nursing home as long as you sign that Social Security check over and your benefits are in your name or they're out of your name within 5 years, you can get Medicaid if you go in the nursing home. But you have to understand what that means if you die. So if you still have your property in your name and you're in the nursing home, then they may be able, the nursing home, the state may be able to lay claim to that property. But if you have Medicare Savings Program, Medicaid, they don't count your house as part of your income. Now, if you have two houses, if you have two cars, if you have a boat, if you have a trailer, if you have some other type of asset, now that will count against you. Now, if you got more than $5,000, because you can have up to a single person $14,700 in assets, other than your house, other than your car that you drive, and each person can have a car, so they don't count that, right? They don't count your house. But like if you got another piece of property that was heired to you, but you put it in your name. See, when it's in your name, then that property value counts against you. But if it's heirs property, and it's in your name, your brother's name, your sister's name, and everybody's name, that's not your property, right? It's
Okay.
heirs' property. So it doesn't count against you unless it's in your name.
Wow. Wow. All right,
There's a
folks, now
lot.
listen, this is a lot of information. Now, I hope you guys wrote down Tanya's name, Patricia's name and her phone number. You definitely need to reach out if you're in that age bracket. You have a loved one. Well, actually, the way you broke it down, it doesn't matter what age you're in. All right. It depends on the health situation of a person that may qualify them for Medicaid. I
Mm-hmm.
know someone whose son, he was 10 or 11, I forget, he was young boy, and the young fella had a stroke.
Oh no.
Had a stroke. This was several years ago, and uh, I don't know exactly what they did, how they worked it out, but I know her mom came in and helped them out a lot. But I mention that because things happen regardless of the age. You can't say, well, I'm 15 and 18 and 19, I'm 20 and I'm healthy and nothing's gonna happen to me. You just don't know, especially with the way food is grown these days. I mean, a lot of this food is manipulated to grow, all right, with all types of chemicals and what have you. So this is extremely, extremely important. So now, just like your company, the company where you have your broker, you have multiple uh, um, companies that you represent. Same with us, but the difference is ours is a little bigger. All those companies you represent, you mentioned, is they are also some of the companies we represent, or are the companies that we represent as well. But let me tell you, folks, I don't specialize in Medicare. Patricia specializes in Medicare, Medicaid. She specializes in it. Yeah, y'all know who Patricia? Patricia, raise your hand. Just in case y'all can't see the name, you can see the hand. She specializes in this. All right, this is critical. This is important. All right,
So
I've gone to nursing homes and I've seen our people. I used to, as a pastor, and you're so correct. There's a lot of pastors that go full time and they never prepare for retirement. They think their church is going to take care of them until they die, and it just doesn't happen always. It doesn't happen like that in most cases. It doesn't happen like that. And then that pastor is trying to live off Social Security and whatever the church would give them. And then something medically comes up. Now they don't have enough money to take care of the medical situation. And then everybody goes to their favorite source, go fund me.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
don't do that, people. Don't do that. Get the information and make it happen. And you have a mobile office.
I do. I have a mobile office. We can take 3 cars at one time, and when we're at events outside, we have chairs that people can sit in outside, and everything is COVID free. We provide everyone that comes to us. If they're sitting, we provide them with a mask, with a shield, whatever their comfort level is. We provide them with the tools to be safe. We provide them with the gloves. We provide them. I travel. You see my wet ones.
Yeah,
I
yeah, we
travel.
see them.
Yeah, I travel with my wet ones everywhere I go. So whatever they need, whatever their comfort level is, and our main concern is keeping everybody safe.
All right,
Um,
now what city are you in?
all of them.
All right, so what city? No, what city is your stable
I
office in?
I live in Rankin, Georgia. I
Get
have
out of here, girl. So do I.
I live in Rankin, Georgia. You probably see my mobile parked over sometimes, Kroger or uh, 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 you know, that shopping plaza where the omelet cafe is. Sometimes I park it
Oh,
over
yep,
there.
yep, yep. Uh-huh.
When I have to go out of town, I'll go get it. I have an office in Millen, Georgia as well. I have a brick and mortar office there. And we're opening up another office in Hawkinsville, Georgia. We just got a partnership today with another clinic. So God is good. Well, we'll be going there 3 days a week. So we have a team of agents. And if you'd like to be on our team and you want to learn how to help people and help yourself, we definitely love to have you on our team. And it is uh, it's somebody's question just popped up. Says, why do these calls come in daily? It's so confusing because you are not sure what coverages you need to get. Why do all these people keep calling 3 to 4 times per day saying they're from Medicare? Because they're trying to get your information and they're trying to sell you something. No, you should not listen to the calls that come into your home about Medicare. You should find a broker who can help you navigate through all of your insurance choices, because a lot of those people on the telemarketer side, they're not trained and they're not knowledgeable to take you through that. And a lot of those people are calling from individual companies. So if somebody calls you from Humana, they can only write a Humana insurance plan. If you call that
Right.
1-800 number from Humana, you're only going to get a Humana telesales agent. They're not going to tell you about United Healthcare. They're not going to tell you about the chronic special needs plan from another company. They're not going to tell you about the dual plans from Aetna or whatever company. They're just going to sell you Humana, and that Humana plan may not fit your needs, right? Or United Healthcare plan may not fit your needs, whatever plan it is. So you need to find a broker that can help you and show you everything you're eligible. But my team, we're special because we help people get their Social Security benefits too. So we're not lawyers
Wait a
by
minute. Say
any
that again.
means.
Say that again. You help people do what?
We help people get their Social Security benefits. We get them on the right track to get started with Social Security.
Oh, wait a minute.
Uh,
Say that one more time.
I
Just one
have
more
a
time.
question.
Oh, wait a minute, Flo. Wait a minute. Let her say that one more time.
We help people get started getting their Social Security benefits, getting their disability benefits, because what happens is the lawyers come and they're taking your money. If you are disabled, if you are truly disabled and you're not trying to milk the system, it's easy to get disability. It's very easy. Your doctor is the one. He has a stroke of the pen. He's the master puppet. So if your doctor says you're disabled, uh, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get your disability. But if your doctor doesn't, if you're with, if you don't, if you're not without certain daily living activities, meaning you can't cook, you can't clean, you can't walk, you need help bathing. And that's the part that most people mess up on, that daily living activities form. When they fill that out, they say, oh, you know, I'm having trouble walking, but I plan to go back to work. Oh, you do? Well, you don't need disability, right? So people mess up on filling those forms out and put the wrong thing and they get denied. So people trying to shirk the system. I mean, you paying a lawyer 3-4 years down the line. By the time that comes, you might be disabled. You
Your
might be
talk is going to
disabled.
get disabled.
Might really be
Your talk
disabled.
is going to
Yeah,
get disabled for sure, for sure.
yeah, you might
Hey,
be
Tanya, I
disabled
have a
by then.
question for you. I
Yes.
have a question for you. Okay, great information you're giving. Thanks for being on the show. Now, when we talk about Medicare and Medicaid and being in a nursing home, now, if a person does have Medicaid and they're on Medicare, um, and if they get long-term care, is that seen as an asset that would be used against them, or long-term care is irrelevant?
So long-term care, they wouldn't need Medicaid, right? Long-term
Mm-hmm.
care, they'll come to long-term care policies. You can have somebody come to your house to sit with you under your camera, right? Under your
Mm-hmm.
mom, your dad, whoever, your auntie. A long-term care policy is what people sleep on and don't get. It's the hardest thing to get people to buy because they don't see the need for, oh, right now I'm healthy. But once you get a certain age, you can't get a long-term care policy because
That's
of the
right.
medical questions. The
That's
medical
Mm-hmm.
right.
questions are going to put you out of the range of or your age of getting a long-term care
Or
policy.
the
So
price.
the best time to get a long-term care policy is right at that 55 mark if you're still healthy. Now, if you know you
Mm-hmm.
got some issues in your family, you might even consider getting it at 50 because so many people are getting disabled early. And I mean, really disabled. I was on a cruise ship for my 50th birthday a few years ago. But I was on a cruise ship and they had a veterans event. And, on a cruise ship, everybody is dropping it like it's hot and shaking and doing everything, right? But then at the veterans event, I stayed because, my husband's a veteran and we stayed, but all these people was up dancing and cheering and they would, celebrate good time. So the lady who was on the cruise ship said, "Thank you all for your service. We appreciate you," and da 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 da. And she had them stand up and introduce themselves. Now, one of the first people that stood up and introduced themselves was the person who signs off on disability for the military. I mean, he was the head honcho. At least that's what he said. And you heard, I mean, there was so many gas going across the room because these people had been dropping it like it was hot. They were shaking
Mm-hmm.
it. They were doing everything that they said they
Uh-oh.
couldn't do,
Uh-oh.
right? In the front of
Mm-hmm.
the man. So he was like, too late now. Don't ask me any questions. I'm not here
Uh-oh.
for that. So, people get caught up in living their life and forget that they got that disability. And some people have to pay money back. There are several people who have to pay money back.
Wow. 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 So now, your mobile unit travels throughout the state of Georgia. Are there any other states that you guys are licensed in?
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking that question. Yes, we're licensed in 13 states. So whenever we get a referral, a client, all the way to New York, Texas, Alabama, uh, I just enrolled somebody in Maryland, in Virginia. But Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, there's not anywhere that we won't go. But in this day and age, a lot of it's technology. We can do a lot of it over the phone. So we don't
Sure.
have to meet face to face. We do
Sure.
not have to meet face to face. If you have an email, if you have a cell phone and you get text, a lot of the enrollments and help can be done virtually and electronically.
Mm-hmm.
But some people still want that face to face interaction. But I caution people about answering that telephone and giving people your information. I mean, it's unreal the number of people who qualify for a zero premium plan that get put in an $89 a month plan. They're both going to do the same thing, but you know, because I work, or not me, but because that person who called them worked for that particular company, they're going to put them in whatever. So I caution you about the hardest thing that um, Pastor Murray and
Mm-hmm.
Math Flow, the hardest thing when we first started was teaching people why a plan zero premium. Because I thought a supplement was $200 a month, right? So they get supplement in Part C Medicare Advantage plan because there used to be a Medicare supplement plan C,
Mm-hmm.
but it's no longer existing. But they used to get that supplement and Advantage plan mixed up, and so it created a lot of confusion. But one of the hardest things that happened was trying to teach people and tell people you can get this plan at zero premium. And the first thing they would say, "Oh, it must not be good because it's free." I said, "I didn't say it was free. It is not free. Your $148.50 that you pay or the state pays to Medicare on your behalf, it goes to that insurance company." So $148.50 that you're paying, or that the state is paying on your behalf, that goes to the insurance company. In the Medicare and You manual, it doesn't say a dollar amount. It just says a fixed amount. Each company that offers Medicare plans are paid a fixed amount. So it doesn't say what that is. So you have to remember, go back to what I said in the beginning. When you start Medicare to qualify, you have to have 10 years or 40 quarter hours paid into Social Security. So you got a bank of money resting in the Social Security bank, right? So I don't know how much the insurance companies get, but I'm most positive that they get more than $148. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So some of that money that you've got up there for Social Security is also going to them. So they may be getting $500 a month. They may be getting $1,000 a month. I did not say it was free. All I said was that particular plan is zero premium. So you do not have to pay anything additional for your coverage beyond what you're paying now or what you've already paid. So that was the hardest thing to get people to realize, because they didn't want it. They felt like, the man coming by in the suit knocking on their door had their best interest when they sold them that $89 plan. But the man in the suit that came knocking on your door to sell you Medicare, he was breaking Medicare's rules. Nobody's supposed to come knock on your door to sell you a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, Medicare supplements, different. Life insurance policies, different. They can still do the door knocking, but you can't do a life insurance appointment with the Medicare. That's against CMS rules. You could lose your license. You can be fined. There are many different things that they
penalties
for.
Yeah. All right. Now let me ask you something. Starting the process of applying for Medicare. How long is it? How long is that process?
So 3 months before you turn 65, or 3 months prior to
before or 3 months after, right?
Right. 3 months before, the month of, and 3 months after you get Medicare. So you got a 7-month window. But if you're still working, you're not getting Social Security benefits, then 3 months before, 2 months before, you need to call Social Security and say, hey, I'm still working. I still have credible coverage on my job. And that's the other thing. Some people still work, and then they have VA coverage, but then they tell Medicare, I'm 65, but I don't need Part B. I'll take Part A because it doesn't cost anything, but I don't need Part B. So then when they retire and they want to get Part B, now Part B is more than a $148.50. It's $148.50 plus 10% for every year that you didn't get it and you were supposed to get it. So there are penalties for you not taking your Part B and you don't have other credible coverage. So if you're still working and you have credible coverage, hospital, doctor, drug coverage on your job, and drug coverage is basically the big thing, because there's a penalty for drugs as well if you don't get a drug plan. And that was the other thing, Pastor and Mad Flo, that people mess up on. Oh, I'm healthy. I don't take any medications. I just take vitamins. But if you don't get a drug plan when you're first eligible, then you're going to be assessed a 1% penalty for every month that you don't have Medicare.
Okay, Tony,
Sam's going to get his money.
We have 1 minute left. About 1 minute left. Okay, a question. I'm gonna tell you, I'm 62 now. I'm retired, so I do have my medical with my health insurance with my previous job through my retirement. So when I turn 65, because I already have a credible health insurance, do I have to take Plan B? What is it, B? When I qualify for Part B, when I qualify at 65, do I have to?
Yes.
Okay. Because if I don't, even though I still have a credible coverage,
Still
they're still
working.
going to charge me every year that I'm without B. Is that what you're saying?
Are you still working?
No, I'm retired. Well, I work for myself.
Okay, so if you're retired, then you have to get your Part B. If you're still working, you can delay your Part B as long as you've got credible coverage.
Okay.
All right.
If you are
All right.
retired, that's the thing. That's the part.
All right,
that
ladies,
says you
I have
gotta
to
get that.
interrupt you. I have to interrupt you. Our time is up. I'm so sorry. Listen, this is valuable information. This is Financial Sins. We're here for you. All right. This is your show, folks. And we want you to know that we're serious about this. So, what I want you to do is to make sure that you stay in touch with us. And so we can stay in touch with you, keep passing this information on. There will come a point where we're going to have Miss Patricia come back because it's just too much information. We want to thank God for all of you that have chimed in with your questions, pass this information on. Don't forget to support All Things Relevant Media. All right. And you can check us out where? On YouTube as well. All right, folks. Thank you for your time and like us on Facebook. All right. We appreciate
All
you.
right. See you
God
next
bless
Friday,
you.
1 o'clock.
Miss Patricia, thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome.
All
Thank you,
right.
truly.